Anyway, 19 goals so far. Dodgy refereeing decisions. You can say that again. Dodgy refereeing decisions. And tons of new faces. The Premier League is back. In the game of the weekend, Man City beat Chelsea 2-0 at the Bridge. It was revealed before kick-off that Raheem Sterling was left out of the squad. He and his camp immediately released a statement asking for clarity on his situation. Well, I think it was pretty clear. You're not playing, son. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent Alex Crook spoke to Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca and asked if Sterling has a future at the club.
In this moment, it's Chelsea player. So, like all the Chelsea player that they are in this moment here, they have future. But as I said, it's just taking a decision, no more than that.
What did you make of the fact that there was a statement attributed to his camp, though, just before kick-off?
I didn't see. They said to me, to be honest, when the game was finished, but I didn't see. So, I don't know the reason why. But I was focused on the game, so I didn't pay attention.
Well, he can't play all 43 of them, can he?
I know, but the real issue is his camp. I mean,
oh, yes.
They're making a statement. What is it all about?
The timing of it as well.
What's it all about? I mean, what is it all about? I understand agents and advisors and all that stuff, but I don't know.
Do you feel that if he had a future at Chelsea, he probably doesn't now?
I think that might be the case, yeah. I think that might be the case. I thought he started the season last year very, very well. Extremely well, in fact. But, and then I was even talking him getting back into Gareth's squad at one point. But has failed to hit the heights, as so many have when they've gone to Chelsea. I keep going on about the two midfield players that they've signed. Not there yet. Another big season for them. You get guys in Nkunku, Jackson. I mean, you could... There'd be 7, 8, 9, 10 players you could name at Chelsea that have got something to do, something to prove. And I think Sterling's definitely one of them. And if you're asking me right now, could that fallout be the end? It might, very much so.
Yeah, I think everyone would say that despite patches, he's underachieved at Chelsea, hasn't he? I was looking at his stats, 19 goals in 81 appearances in all competitions, and I'd like Raheem Sterling a lot. Would there be any takers for him in this country, do you think?
Yes, but not probably at the level he'd want to play and be at, would be the answer to that. I definitely think there'd be takers for him. But you're right, if your next question would be, if you were to leave Chelsea, would it be somewhere else, another country? I would say that'd be a far better option.
Yeah. It's a shame because, you know, for a long time he was such a key player at the various clubs he's been at, and for England as well, and things.
I get back to the start of last season, Jeff. I thought he had a terrific start to the season last season, but you know, failed to maintain as you know, as a lot of, as I've mentioned, at Chelsea have. I mean, it's just one of these clubs at this moment in time that just looks from the outside as if, you know, some of the decisions that are getting made, they look all over the place.
Yeah. By the way, I thought that Gary Neville was flying on Sky yesterday, and his best moment came when Enzo Fernandez tried to control the ball on the edge of the box. It said it's bounced off him like he was a wall, and it did, you know. So he had a difficult afternoon, Fernandez, I thought. Well,
against that side, and we were talking about it, weren't we? I looked at the team and I thought to myself, you know, Chelsea, because Chelsea home did well against City last year.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, well, we might have a game on here, but the big fella scores early, doesn't he? And I think a goalkeeper should do better for the second as well.
Look, we're going to talk a lot more about you. Look, there were some positives. I thought Lavia was fantastic. Yes. He was terrific. But you couldn't help but think when Kovacic scored that goal and he didn't celebrate, that they've tried to replace him with so many different players, with Fernandez, Caicedo, and he's better than any of them.
Correct.
You know, it's a simple fact. Anyway, look, on the pitch, City came out on top thanks to goals from the big fellas, Ali Calder, Erling Haaland and Kovacic. And City boss Pep Guardiola told talkSPORT that they are only going to get better.
Because we are not in our best, so players training a little bit like most of the teams, but important is the body language, still the desire, how we defend together, how we help each other, our backwards, our high pressing, our build up, and our many things I like.
And if you're going to play City, really, I guess this is the time you want to play them. McCoist, you know, no Rodri, Stones, Walker, Foden. And Grealish at the start. Savinho injured and off at half-time. Mind you, the 45 minutes he did play, he looked the real thing, didn't he?
Well, I enjoyed him when he came on. The other game I watched at Wembley, the Community Shield. You're right, but you just look at those players that you've mentioned, Jeff, dear me. I mean, the one thing that comes flying out is they've got the strongest squad again by a mile. I mean, I've tipped Arsenal this year for reasons best kept to myself. I think Arsenal might be Arsenal's year. However, again, when you look at the City squad, you look at the lads, look how comfortable they were yesterday, and you look at the players they've got missing. Oh, it's going to be a long season for the teams trying to catch them.
Yeah, it is. We mentioned Savinho, who started. I thought Rico Lewis as well. Was so good that City didn't miss Kyle Walker at all. Terrific from them. Played within themselves, and Haaland with the goal. I mean, he is just a bull of a man, isn't he?
I'm going to say we saw everything about him in that goal itself. His upper body strength. I think it was Cucurella held off. Great upper body strength, and then the little bit of quality at the finish. There's a little dink at the finish which kind of went relatively, wouldn't say unnoticed, but credit where it's due. It's a really composed, calm, quality finish. Yeah, you mean there'll be another 35 in him. I don't think there's any doubt he stays fit. There's another 35 in him.
Yeah, there were a couple of little moments during the game as well where he played with this real sort of smile on his face. Clearly he and Cucurella have got issues, and I think he's got issues with Enzo Fernandez as well, but he you've got to be a brave fella to take on the big man, because boy, he is a unit, isn't he? It's not going to be all Chelsea City this morning, by the way. 03717223344. We're taking your calls. Whichever Premier League side you support, let us know how you feel they performed this weekend. Chelsea fans, obviously, 2-0 loss. Players releasing statements. Enzo Fernandez as captain. What's going on at your club? Could take a while to answer. Do give us a call. Darren has texted us. Morning, Jeff. Morning, Ali. Nice way to start the morning by defending us Palace fans. I think you'll find as well, it's not actually mustard. It's just bright yellow, and the shaded yellow bit on it is actually the eagle, and it's a decent kit anyway. Thanks, Darren. So Palace's kit there is yellow,
being strongly defended there.
Yeah, and on it, etched on it, is the outline of that famous bird, the yellow eagle. Darren, it's a horrible kit. You were very, very unfortunate in a lot of respects, but honestly, there's no defending that kit. It was a shocker. It's not the only bad one, by the way, at the weekend. I thought the Man United kit with the red bits up the back of the shorts, that doesn't work either.
Do you think we've just kind of started off in a kind of Stadler and Waldorf fashion very early this morning?
Yeah. Well, I did try to be not totally negative. I did say that Lavia had a great game for Chelsea.
Did.
So,
He did.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's as much praise as you're getting today, Chelsea fans. Coming up, we continue to review the opening Premier League weekend, and we'll discuss the future of Ivan Toney.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.